What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we are going to talk about the unity of the Star Wars community. Almost. Or maybe it actually is the unity in the Star Wars community. And then there are a few imposters that want to pose as Star Wars fans just because they like to get into the premieres and the red carpet events and like to get the early access so they can review and get those clicks. Yeah. Pretty interesting how this is working out, huh? So, a few days ago, number 2 on trending on YouTube was the Vader fan film from Star Wars Theory. This has taken the Star Wars community by storm. In the year that I've been running this channel, I have not seen the Star Wars community that unified, with the exception of the announcement of Season 7 of the Clone Wars. That was a special time when we got the surprise announcement of the Clone Wars. That was incredible. And I, like all of you, we just couldn't believe that announcement happened, and we were so excited. While we still have concerns about some of the creative decisions that Disney is making, that announcement was a unifying announcement, and it was beautiful, and I was very, very happy to be part of this community. And now we've had this this Vader fan film created by Star Wars Theory, and again, I've not seen unification within the Star Wars community like that outside of the Clone Wars announcement, and it's been a true excitement from fans, and it shows you that Star Wars actually does have a very healthy fan community, and we are very critical, and we will hold you accountable if you do not do right by Star Wars. And I think that is absolutely expected, and I think that is acceptable from any fan community. If you're not doing things right, your fans should hold you accountable, because that makes you much better for the future. And it helps you to learn from your mistakes, only if you're willing to learn from those mistakes. But there has been a small segment of the Star Wars fan community, and I use that term loosely, that simply will not acknowledge this Vader fan film. Now, you don't have to like it, you don't have to praise it up and down, but why don't you even acknowledge it? It was number 2 on trending on YouTube. This has been a monumental moment for the fan community. And there are certain channels and certain websites that flat out will not even acknowledge its existence. That is baffling to me. Actually, it's more about exposing these people for who they really are. Are you Star Wars fans, or are you just going to kiss up to whoever has the keys to the kingdom with Star Wars? Because that's what this seems like right now. These people, they will be the first in line to defend anything and everything Disney does. Yet the moment there is a massive moment within the Star Wars community, created by a Star Wars fan, created by one of us, the biggest Star Wars channel on YouTube, created this, a fan, and has brought fans together. And I am not seeing any of these so-called Star Wars channels and sites that are constantly talking about the toxicity in the Star Wars community and how offensive it is. I don't see any of them talking about how positive this has been for the Star Wars community. I don't see any of them talking about how incredible it is that a fan created a platform and got to a position where they earned the opportunity to create this, and now they have unified the fandom. I've seen this all over the place. I've seen this all over the prequel subreddit. I've seen this all over YouTube. I've seen YouTubers that I've never heard of reacting to it. I've seen big-time YouTubers reacting to it. I've seen everybody responding to this, with the exception of a few people that can't stop talking about Star Wars and can't stop talking about the toxicity within the Star Wars fan community. Yet the moment we get something that brings the fans together, crickets, painful crickets, looking into their comment section, it's, hey, have you seen the Vader fan film? Have you seen the Vader fan film? Have you seen the Vader fan film? It's not like they don't know it exists. So why do they not acknowledge the existence of this? Why? Why, you ask? It's because of jealousy. It's because they are jealous because it wasn't them. It's because they're jealous because it's getting more views than they get, more attention than they get. It's driving them crazy because they are not in this for Star Wars. They are in this for their own selfish reasons. And they've attacked me, and they will continue to attack me because they are threatened by me, because they can't control me, they can't stop me, and I'm not going to follow their talking points. And that terrifies them. And I'm here to tell them right now, you're never going to stop me because I'm here to fight for Star Wars. I'm not here to get in good graces with Disney so I can get press passes, so I can get convention passes. I'm not in it for that. I'm in it because I'm a fan of Star Wars and I love Star Wars. And if any of you little betas would have made this film, which we all know that's not even remotely possible, but hypothetically speaking, if any of these channels and sites would have made this exact same film, I would have been the first to praise it. Because I'm not scared of giving people compliments when they deserve it. It's that simple. But these types of people, they are terrified by anything that threatens their platform. They are scared to death. They live in their protective little bubble that if anything comes near that bubble, it terrifies them. It scares them to death. Well, it's a big problem, and it needs to be called out, and it needs to be exposed. And I know you're going to have a mountain long of excuses for why. Oh, I just haven't gotten around to it. I've been busy. I've been too busy for this 12-minute fan film that was #2 on trending, and it's been the most awesome thing that's happened to Star Wars this year outside of the Clone Wars announcement, probably. Terrified, to be honest. There's no critical thinking with these people. There's no critical thinking. They're not free thinkers at all. They will march to the talking points that they are told to march to. Those are the type of people you're dealing with. And if that's the type of crowd you want to follow, then be my guest. You can follow that type of crowd. Or you can come over here to Geeks and Gamers, where if I want to praise Star Wars because I like it, I'll do it. My audience can't stand when I say I'm a J.J. Abrams fan. Guess what? It doesn't matter. I'm here to be honest. I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you what I think. And you're either going to like that or you're not, but at least you know I'm being honest. A few weeks ago, I did a video where I was praising Galaxy of Adventure because I watched it. I trashed it when I saw the trailer and the announcement. I'm like, this is so bad. I watched it and I'm like, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I'm being called a Disney Star Wars hater, blah, 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 blah. Yet the fact that I'm constantly praising Rebels. I've bought both Battlefront 2015 and Battlefront 2017. Said I loved them. Rebels has some of my favorite moments in Star Wars history. Now, I've been critical of Rebels in the fact that it's not as consistent as the Clone Wars, but it's still a good show. I love The Force Awakens. I hated The Last Jedi. I didn't like Rogue One that much. But it's the response to The Last Jedi and how Disney has handled that. That's my biggest problem. That is my biggest problem. So you can believe whatever talking points you want to believe, if that's what you choose to do. Or you can actually think for yourself and look at what's going on. And the silence speaks volumes from these channels and these sites. You don't have to like the channel that made the Vader fan film. You don't have to like the individual behind it. But the fact that you won't even acknowledge that it exists when it was the #2 on trending on YouTube it just speaks volumes. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas. And I'm specifically saying Merry Christmas to anybody out there that gets offended by Merry Christmas. I'm dedicating that to you. Merry Christmas. And have a Happy New Year. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later.